Now, your latest album, 9, is named after the length of time between your first single to this album?
It's named after a few things,
okay,
actually.
Sure.
So when I was writing this record, I was living in apartment number 9. It was just these weird things, and I just love the number. It means universal love, so I love that too. And yeah, when I first got signed to when I, kind of had this album out, it was 9 years in the making. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So over that decade, I mean, were there times where you wondered, like, okay, is this going to happen for me? Did you have those kind of moments of doubt, and that's kind of why it felt triumphant to release this album?
Absolutely. I mean, the music industry is very, very tough, and especially these days, it's even harder. And I think that, yeah, I just had to make sure that I was listening to the right people around me, and that's your family. Those people have been there from the start to the finish. They'll be there at the finish. So I think that, you've got to listen to the right people. There's a lot of yes people that get in your ear, and a lot of people that, want to sell you false dreams. But there's a reality at the end of the day that sometimes is harsh, but that you have to listen to. So I would always have my parents around. And so I'd come home from events and studios and, big days, and my dad would be like, do the dishwasher. I'm like, okay. But it's good. That keeps you humble and keeps you realising what realness is.
What does it mean to you to have an album of all original material?
I mean, for an artist, that's the biggest thing, because obviously I went on a show and the XFactor was a lot of covers, and that's
sure.
The covers are great too, and you put your own spin on it, and obviously they're songs that other people have made big. When it's your own songs and you go sing them and the audience sings them back to you, you've done the groundwork on that song to make it big, and you've written those lyrics and they mean something to you. So it is a whole different feeling. Did
you feel like you had to sort of reprove yourself after XFactor, or does an artist just constantly have to prove themselves?
All the time these days. But I think with XFactor it's like, it's great because you're here, right? You go from this show that's on every weekend and people know your face, and then you go, if you win, it's huge. The few months after, you just are on cloud 9. And then it's very hard to stay there. I think that's because there's a new winner every year,
Sure.
So you're like, oh, okay, you hand your crown over every year. So staying there is the hard thing, and that's where hard work comes in. Then after that you're done, I'd rather wait for someone who loves me better. Oh.
So you've got Home and Away coming up now, so you're on this as I understand, a bad girl.
Yeah.
Which is a classic soap opera sort of trope. What's that like? Well, I mean, you're fairly, not new to performance certainly, but people know you as a singer, and now you're taking on this role. How do you kind of embrace bad girl? What does that mean in Home and Away?
When I read the character breakdown, I was like, okay, she's a mother, and she is, she's had a bit of a dark past. She comes into the Bay with really bad intentions. She's a lot flirtier than I am. So I was like, oh God, some of these lines, I'm like, how am I going to say that? Because I would never do that.
Sure.
But that's why it's acting. You're playing a character. You get to create. It's so fun. So it's really fun to play a bad girl because she is the actual exact opposite of anything I am. So it's really fun.